Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are almost done cleaning out the L cluster here. We've got this force on the way in, and otherwise we just need to go in here and clean out whatever's there. We're of course still working on getting all of this surveyed and claimed, but we'll get there soon enough. It's very late in the game to be working on the L cluster, but here we are. So I'm really surprised that no AI attempted to open the L cluster. It's kind of insane. So this is all, fine. We're going to have these guys just head directly in. I don't expect major issues in this system, although it will likely be a bit tougher of a fight than some of these others. We'll see what they've got there.
Predatory.
So in we go, and yeah, there's definitely a little bit more here, but this is fine. They have no capacity to resist the forces that we have arrayed against them here. So that looks absolutely wonderful. I'm a little surprised. Okay, yeah, that guy did go down nice and quick. That's what we want to see. So we're just going to push right through here, and they're all grouping together here, but as long as we swarm this station, it's actually fine. So that all looks good, and we're definitely heading in here. Beautiful. Now, one thing I want to note is these back here, these are our Titans, and their Perdition Beam is definitely in range, but these are our Stingers, and our Stingers, I think, have some range issues with their artillery. Even though they have, like, maximum range, our fleet positioning just is not great. Okay, so we took out the station, and the entire Tempest immediately went down with it, obviously. So that's fantastic, and these nanite worlds can now be terraformed into any standard planet class if basic technological requirements are met. Beautiful. So we need to pull these forces back. There's some missiles helpfully located up over here. I'm sure that's, very, very non-buggy. And we're going to head on back. For now, we can just go to Eartheus. That'll be okay. We need to go through all of these fleets and make sure that they are maxed out. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, we're going to need 2 Stingers here, awkwardly enough. So we're going to need to add in some juvenile Stingers here. 2 of those, and that should now be good. These are Elders. Stop it. Don't build Elders. Now I think we're correct-ish? Correct-ish. Okay, so that's fine. That was one of them. Now we need to do these others. So here's this Elder Mauler here. We need to get some juveniles in there. Elder Weavers become juveniles, and there are no other issues here that I see, so that looks good. Next up, of course, we need to do this one. These are juveniles. Yeah, that's all fine. These are Elders here. That looks okay. And then these are Stingers. Looks good. That split off a Weaver. Okay, whatever. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. So that should be, I think, this fleet, correct? Yes. Excellent. So now we can go in here and do the same thing with these Maulers. I really wish it wouldn't do that split-off bug, but here we are. It's fine. So all of our fleets are rebuilding, and we'll just send them to go get repairs for right now. Beautiful. So here in Terminal Egress, we are, of course, going to want to finish up these surveys eventually. We're working on it, but it's taking some time. So there's the Corps of Engineers. That sounds okay. We can grab the nanite repair system again. I'm really not too concerned about it, but I guess we'll get it under control. I don't think this will fix anything, but those nanite fighters might actually be interesting for us. We'll see. That very well might be interesting for us. So we're going to continue to work through this, and once we are done with the L cluster, our goal is going to be to start sniping some of Satana's outposts. So we're going to have to group together all of our ships. Now, are we done upgrading all of them? I think we might be. As soon as the year tick is done, we can find out. These are not our military ships. Where are our military ships? Here are our military ships. Yeah, they're all done. Okay, so that seems perfect. We've got this world here, which is apparently a tomb world. Let's make that be a tropical world. Thank you very much. And then what do we want this world to be? Well, it's not great on the resources, and honestly, I feel like we're doing okay on resources. We could have this be a biomass world. That's actually not a terrible idea. So that would mean putting in heart groves here and then biomass, because I would definitely like to be producing more biomass. There's no doubt about that. Unfortunately, heart groves are not going to... They're not going to mean that we want to have any of these communal biomes, right? So that's not necessarily ideal there, but I still think that's the way we want to go. And then I want to clear off all of these tile blockers. That's rather a lot of them. And yeah, we're going to want to get what resources we can here first, but it's not going to be ideal long term, which is why I've kind of been moving away from Cradles of Rebirth. You know what? I'm going to cancel all of this. We'll decide later if we actually want to do that after we clear out some of these tile blockers. Because, yeah, I'm feeling like, yeah, we're going to be limited by biomass, but does that matter? Making biomass is so inefficient feeling. It might not matter, actually. It kind of depends. So we do have this cogitation world, and this is definitely a location that we can build research groves on, which we are interested in doing. We can build a bloom loom here. We can build volatile mote harvesting, actually. Do we care?
Debris inspected.
No. I'm going to build solar mycolungs. It'll be fine.
Blooms.
So we'll get all of this upgrading, and we do want to build a bunch of communal biomes here, for sure. There we go. So that looks good. We finished up the detection array, and that was mostly a reroll. We can go for assist cloaking detection. Again, that's primarily a reroll. Okay, so down here in terminal egress, how's this surveying going? Well, it's going. That's for sure. It's not going fast, but it is going. We could go for meticulous. That'll be fine. And then explorer would increase the survey speed, which sounds good. And then I guess slippery. Sure. So that all seems fine. We're going to continue to work on getting these surveys completed. We do have this one almost done, and in fact, it did just finish. I'm going to move one of these construction ships up over here, but we don't want to build that starbase yet. We're just going to move it up over here. An alien megastructure, a science nexus. Okay. We are going to start building some megastructures. I want to be clear about that. And also, I want to be focused on these gateway sites. Those aren't ready yet, but we'll get there. Okay, cool. So we're going to build megastructures. These are going to be up here in this in this cluster up over this way, and that'll be fine. So terminal egress still being worked on here for the surveying. It'll get done eventually. And I'm going to send, let's see, where was that other science trip going? It's going to both of those areas, but I think it's going to go to Katana first. We'll head up over this way. So the L cluster is cleared at this point, but it still needs to be heavily colonized, and that is absolutely fine. We will be doing that. So the L gate itself is out over here. Isn't that a change? No, it isn't. I was going to say the L gate is usually in here, but it is externally from the L cluster. In the L cluster, it is usually at the perimeter of the system. So we're going to want to probably build some defenses here, but we're definitely going to want a starbase here with defenses built, and that's going to become a high priority going forward. We're going to want a gateway, but maybe on the far side of this L gate. Yeah, that's going to create some inefficiencies, but if we can't control the L gate, we don't want people to have easy access to the gateway. So that's something to think about anyway.
Remains dissected.
Okay, so we just finished up our debris and terminal egress. That sounds good. So one of these is now moving to the Katana system right now. Perfect. So we can see that there are a bunch of nanite worlds in here, and if we make even just one of them a hunter world, that'll make it a lot more difficult. Okay, we want to go to Ostishi here. And I want to delete this construction ship. We don't want this anymore. But I do want to upgrade that gateway site. Perfect. We're going to do that for all of these gateways that are finishing, and there's going to be a lot of them. So as you can see, there's... can we pause, please? Thank you. Okay. There's this one here. So I want to upgrade this gateway, and we want to disband this construction ship. That was this one. So next up, we have... Can you not? Next up, we have this one. Theoretically. Okay, down over here. Perfect. Get this gateway site done. Disband this construction ship. And that was this one? Yes. Get rid of that. Now we've got this one up over here, and that's going to be over on this side. Disband this construction ship and upgrade that gateway. Perfect. Stop. Okay, there we go. Game is still paused. Perfect. And that will be up over here. So we'll get rid of this construction ship. There we go. And get the gateway site upgraded. Wonderful. Here's another one, which isn't shocking. Game is supposed to be paused. It doesn't like to pause for whatever reason. Okay, so we'll get rid of this one. There we go. Cool. We're still going to have a couple more of these, I think. Actually, that might be all of them.
Dissected.
Yeah, I think that's all of them. Okay, cool. So that is absolutely wonderful. And now, of course, we just need to get this place surveyed. So I'm not doing this right now because I really want to get this survey done ASAP. However, after we're done with this, I'm going to halt this for the moment. We're going to survey this system, so that's going to be these two over here. Then we're going to do that. Then we're going to come up here, research projects in system, then survey system. So that's going to be a while before that's done with all of that. But I want to get these done first.
Cleared for new
That's
life.
top priority. So that all looks fine for now. And as soon as these are done, we'll be able to start building here in Terminal Egress, which is going to be a high priority. The game is currently frozen on 7/17. That's interesting. I wonder what's going on. That was a bit of a freeze there. It claims the last daily tick was 323 milliseconds. I disagree. That was certainly more than 323 milliseconds. Okay. Well, that's absolutely fine for now, and yeah, none of these are going to be colonizable anyway. So let's get these surveys done.
New knowledge blooms.
And we just got assist cloaking detection. Cool. So we're still working on catching up with some of these cheap technologies here, and I'm going to grab this one. That'll be nice and quick. Okay. 78, 82, 86, 90, 93, 97, and done. Cool. Now we're grabbing this one. This is the last location in this system. Then we can start actually colonizing the L cluster, which will be very good. Eventually. We're 50% done with this final survey now. Okay. 71%, 75, 80%. Any moment now. It took so long to survey this system, but there we go. We'll get that starbase built, and that will be wonderful. So we've got a lot to do here in Terminal Egress, no doubt about that. I'm thinking that we'll put a mega shipyard up in Katana. I'm thinking that most of the other mega structures will just go out over in these other systems, and that'll be fine. The real question is, how many of these nanite worlds are we going to be able to get? I mean, we're going to be able to get all of them, but how many are there going to be overall? That's going to be an interesting question, for sure. Okay, so over on this Hunter world, I do want to get some upgrades going. Let's get some lithic bores in here, and let's just work on getting our worlds upgraded until we've spent down all of our biomass, which is not going to take very long, in all honesty. We'll get these lithic bores in here, we'll get these guys upgraded, and that all looks good. There's going to be more that needs to happen on all of these worlds, but that's fine. Okay, so let's get all of that done. We'll get these upgraded, and I want to check in once again on our Titan count. I really think we're hard capped at 20. Yeah, we gotta be hard capped at 20, right? We gotta be. So that's understood. That's absolutely fine. And we'll just work our way through more of these upgrades here. Mostly we're going to be short on biomass for getting all of this done. Right, we're starting to clear off these tile blockers, and we need to decide what we want this to be. So the devastation here is rough, there's no doubt about that, and we'll wait until we have all of those tile blockers cleared for right now. So let's just go through these for the moment. We are running low on biomass, which isn't terribly surprising. Symbiotic superstorms, huh? Okay, cool. So we get some extra resources there, that's fine. And we've got this hunter world here. We'll get these upgrades completed, and we're going to run out of biomass pretty much right now, actually. We can get a couple more buildings done, but that's pretty much it for biomass. Okay, so terminal egress is now officially within our borders. We're going to build our mining and research stations here. And we're also going to begin work on terraforming these. Oh, these terraformations require biomass. I guess that makes sense. That is different from the other terraformations, which have all costed energy credits. But these requiring biomass does make sense to me. Okay. So in that case, I'm actually going to cancel these constructions that we queued up. I want the biomass back. Give me that sweet, sweet biomass. That is very good to know. I should have checked that before I queued all of this up, but sure. So again, we still find ourselves in a situation where we're making a good amount of biomass right now. And maybe we don't care to be making more. Because, oh, this was a ruined district. Hang on, I don't want to cancel these. Let me bring this back up. Where is that? It's this one. Okay, so we lost some progress there, but that's okay. So again, I feel like we're making enough biomass. We have a finite amount of things to spend biomass on. Which means we can make our way through these relatively quickly, right? I'm going to save the biomass for now to work on terraformations because we are going to need them. And I want this guy out over here to be working on building a starbase here. I also want to come in here and immediately start working on upgrading our starport in terminal egress because that will be a very significant thing for us. So we'll get that going, and that is absolutely fine. The Agarian League has laid claim to the terminal egress system. No shockers there. And our construction ship is going to be busy here for a little bit, but that's fine. So we're going to have Debux very, very shortly here, and we're going to have access to one nanite world there. We want to come up here and survey and then research the projects. Okay, that'll be fine. So we're currently surveying up here. This is actually pretty close to done, and there aren't very many worlds here, although I think this is probably a nanite world. Yeah, that's a nanite world. So we'll be able to terraform that. These over here, that's a frozen world and a frozen world, so we can't really do too much with them. That's understood. So for right now, this is fine. We're full on basically every resource under the sun, and that's okay. I'm not actually concerned about that right now. And like there's almost nothing we can do about it. So it's okay. We're making tons and tons of resources, and we're fine with that. So for the moment, that all seems okay. I do want to start thinking about attacking Satana's outposts. Apparently, this fleet requires some upgrades. That's weird. They're going to be done very quickly. Okay. Sounds fine to me. Now, we are about to get our fleet command limit plus 60. And that's a pretty significant thing for us. So let's finish that up. That'll be in the next month tick. And that's going to mean that we're going to want to get a lot more harbingers, specifically harbingers. I want to put all of that into harbingers. So that'll be absolutely fine. Gatana should be done surveying very soon. After you're done with that, come down here and research the projects here and survey this system. Okay.
New knowledge blooms.
So there we go. There's that fleet command limit, allowing us to go up to 450 in each of these. Access to juggernauts? I mean, I don't really care about juggernauts, to be honest, in this current situation. Maybe they'll be useful eventually, but Maybe we just go for mine missiles. Okay, we'll do it. So I do want to come in here, and the question is, how many Harbingers are we going to want to take this up to? So we're at 22 right now, and the most amount that we can do is taking this up to an additional, I think that was 15 Harbingers? Something like that? Seems okay. That's a lot of food, by the way. That's absolutely fine. So we'll get that going. Again, these Harbingers are really our workhorse. So I want to absolutely max these out. These are going to be juvenile Harbingers, and that's, 15 Harbingers. So that seems good. We are going to run out of resources, but we just want to go through and get these done for all of these. So we'll just add in the juvenile Harbingers for this. There we go. And the next one we're going to run out of resources for. Absolutely fine. No problem there. We're going to add in our juvenile Harbingers here. We can't put more in because we don't have the food. That's understandable. And we're just going to do all of this. So we're almost, not quite, but we're almost doubling our number of Harbingers. That's going to mean that we have a lot more of those fighter craft, which are the ones doing the bulk of the work for us right now. So over here in the Vanquishing Corolla, this is going to be the same story. We don't have access to the Federation fleet right now. We aren't the current president, so that's understood. Okay, I'm going to use the trade that we have on hand right now to buy in whatever food we can. It's not going to be that much, but we can get some of this reinforcing. We'll just hit the reinforce all button. We can see we need 120,000 additional food, and that's fine. Not a concern at all. Okay. Wow, those terraformed very fast. I didn't expect them to terraform that quickly. 106 days. That's insane. Okay. Well, we'll take it. So we'll build the mining and research stations in Debex, and then we'll move up to Ebukrozi. Perfect.
The wild grows wiser.
I'm actually thinking I might not put a gateway in terminal egress. I might put the gateway up in Katana, just directly. We'll see. It depends on, like, ability to do formation, right? We just learned regenerative hull tissue. Okay, that was from the debris. Absolutely fine, no problem there. So the Agarian League have claimed Hope's End. Okay. I wish them luck. They're going to need it. We just got 7,000 food, so let's reinforce our fleets here. There we go. And once those Harbingers come in, that is going to dramatically increase our fleet performance, which is already quite good, to be honest. Our fleet performance is kind of fantastic, actually. So we should be done surveying in Katana extremely shortly. And here's a gateway site in Rule that is currently ready. Okay, I thought we had gotten all of these, but that's fine. I'm going to disband this, and we will prioritize our food coming in to go to this gateway site. So here in just a couple days. There we go. Perfect. We'll get those gateways online. And that's absolutely wonderful. So Katana is surveyed at this point. We'll get our starbase built up over here. And everything is looking fantastic at this moment. We do still need to get all of this done, of course, and once we're done there, we're going to move up to Erich. Cool. So we do have a little bit more food that we can put in over here, which we will do. We still need 111,000 food to get this all fully built up.
For new life.
We are about to have a month tick here. That'll be another 6k food. There we go. And we'll get that reinforced as well. Cool. So we now need 106k food. I mean, it's a lot of food, don't get me wrong. We did find a nanite world up over here, and I think we're just going to keep saving up our biomass for the moment until we have all of these nanite worlds terraformed. I do want to upgrade this, and we want to definitely make sure that this is... Maybe we want to run hangar bays here.
Remains dissected.
Yes, I want to run hangar bays. It's a little bit more thematic, anyway. So we managed to get Debux terraformed already. I can't believe how fast that is. That's insane. And we want to definitely grab something like the communications jammer here. So we'll get that underway. Wonderful. We're also going to want to put in our Piercing Thistle class defense platforms as soon as possible, but for now, this will do. Okay, well, it is about time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to continue to push through the L cluster here. It should not be particularly challenging for us to do so, but we're also going to be investing heavily in our additional fleets here. And once we get that 100,000 food invested, we'll get all of these bumped up, and then we're going to start picking off some of these Satana outposts. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, Spock, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.